Let's do it with the microphone. Maybe it will come later. Some more devotees and we want to hear. Sometimes someone with the children, they sit there maybe and you never eat it. Не можешь doći do Okay. Prabhus, maybe someone can plug on there in this room. You have to put on the sound system. Okay? No. Minutę palauk. Nežinau. Nežinau, kiek. Tuoj bus valgyti. Okay. Check sound. Hi, boy. No? No sound or? No sound. One more time.
Sound of silence.
Okay.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranga Jaya Gauranga Jaya Gauranga Jaya Gauranga Jaya Gauranga Jaya Gauranga Jaya Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanam Jnanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasma Shri Gaurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manomishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Tekam Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patikanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome everyone. So now we should read something from Bhagwad Gita, the most famous book from the Vedic literature from ancient India. So today I was thinking maybe we finished this second chapter. But we will see if we have time to read both 71 and 72. I see there's some new people here. You have been here before? Yeah, I recognize you. Tina? Okay. And you have been before? No? Okay. So, yeah, so it's a different audience. So I will try to satisfy everyone, which is impossible. But we will start something to read one verse here, and then we'll try to explain something what it is all about actually. So today we are going to read text 71, and if you have a smartphone, you can look it up, and we can recite this verse together. 271. So I read one line and then you repeat, then I read next line and you repeat, and so on, and then next we read it all together. You don't have a... You can look it up, 731. There is one Veda base. Maybe we can show it. So, vihaya kamam ya sarvan Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati. Okay, we do it once more. Vihaya kaman ya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati. So now we recite it together, everyone here. Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati. Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati. Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati. Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati. So now one of you can chant, and then we chant together. You chant.
Vihaya kamanya sarvan.
The whole. Yes. You just chant it the whole, and then we chant.
Vihaya kamanya sarvan. Bhuman charati nispriya. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sasantim adhigacchati.
Now everyone. Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati.
Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati.
Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati.
Vihaya kamanya sarvan Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sasantim adhigacchati.
Vihaya kamanya sarvam Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati.
Vihaya kamanaya sarvan Bhumam charati nishpriya Nirmamo nirahankara Sa shantim adhigacchati.
Vihaya kamanya sarvan. Bhumam charati nispriya. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sasantim adhigacchati.
Good, thank you. So I read the translation word for word. Vihaya, giving up. Kama, material desires for sense gratification. Ya, who? Sarvan, all. Bhumam, a person. Charati, lives. Nishpriha, desireless. Nirmama, without the sense of proprietorship. Nir ahankara, without false ego. Sa, he. Shantim, perfect peace, Adhigachati, attains. So the translation goes like this. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace. Someone wants to have peace? Isn't it? We want to have peace?
Everyone wants.
Yeah. We are all equal in that sense. Purport. To become desireless means not to desire anything for sense gratification. In other words, desire for becoming Krishna conscious is actually desirelessness. To understand one's actual position as an eternal servitor of Krishna, without falsely claiming this material body to be oneself, and without falsely claiming proprietorship over anything in this world, is a perfect stage of Krishna consciousness. One who is situated in this perfect stage knows that because Krishna is a proprietor of everything, everything must be used for his satisfaction, for the satisfaction of Krishna. Arjuna did not want to fight for his own sensual satisfaction, but when he became fully Krishna conscious, he fought because Krishna wanted him to fight. For himself, there was no desire to fight, but for Krishna, the same Arjuna fought to his best ability. Real desirelessness is desire for the satisfaction of Krishna, not an artificial attempt to abolish desires. The living entity cannot be desireless or senseless, but it does have to change the quality of the desires. A materially desireless person certainly knows that everything belongs to Krishna, Ishavasyam idam sarvam, and therefore he does not falsely claim proprietorship over anything. This transcendental knowledge is based on self-realization, namely, knowing perfectly well that every living entity is an eternal part and parcel of Krishna in spiritual identity, and that the eternal position of the living entity is therefore never on the level of Krishna or greater than him. This understanding of Krishna consciousness is a basic principle of real peace. Vihaya kamam ya sarvam bhumam vinishpriha nirmamo nirahamkara sakshantim adhigachati. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace. Namaste Saraswati Devi Bhoravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyamani Pasvati. Yes. In the purport here, Prabhupada explains, in the end of the purport, he explained what is the basic principle of real peace. So this basic principle of real peace means that we are not in illusion, but we understand that we are actually small parts of the Supreme. We can, let's say, if something has happened, some accident or something, so everyone wants to understand what has happened, what is the cause, what is of this accident, whatever. So we're always looking for the cause, or we're looking for the origin, or what is the cause of this material universe? What is the cause? Why are we living? Even the scientists want to understand. Although they don't go to the Shastras to understand, they try to figure it out with their own endeavor, so to say. But we know we have some faults, isn't it? As a living entity, we have 4 faults. Venkatesan. There is 4 faults. You are a scientist. Tell me what the faults are.
Sorry, I'm not sure about it. Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Someone else? Not that. Human, we have some weakness. We are not perfect, are we? They say everyone is human to err. So we have some not faults, but
Defects.
huh?
Defects.
Defects, yes, good defects, yes.
Greed.
Hmm?
One of them is greed, I guess.
Yeah, that is, yeah, in one way, one can say, but we know that is different. Some people are greedy, some are not greedy. But yes, so let's say,
We don't have perfect senses.
yes, our senses is limited. We cannot hear all the vibrations, so, and we cannot see everything, and I cannot see behind the wall. So we are limited. Our senses is limited. We can just see. Now my eyes has become more limited. I cannot see so clear. So our senses are imperfect. Mm.
And we want to be the enjoyer. We want to
Well, that is at the fault. We want to be happy. That is in intrinsic nature of the living entities. But we'll be looking for the happiness that will give a sour taste afterwards. But we want happiness. But it's not the fault, one can say.
Make mistakes.
Hmm?
We are making mistakes.
Yes, everyone making. Prabhupada said, there's no doubt about it. Everyone makes mistakes.
But isn't that connected with the desires?
Yeah, everything is connected. Everything,
So
but
that
the
is not considered one of the 4 faults.
desires.
Yeah.
No, you are a living entity. Prabhupada explained you cannot be without desires. But we should change our desires. Now they are 40 in one way. There are 40. We have 40 desires. So yeah, okay. So I can say everyone has 40 desires. Not everyone, because some people have good desires. Yes, isn't it? So we have covered 2.
Illusion.
Yeah, we are in illusion. In what way are we in illusion?
We think we're the body.
Hmm?
Yes.
You think you are the body?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the illusion.
That's the biggest illusion.
Huh?
That's the biggest illusion.
Yeah, we are identified with the material body and the mind. The mind is also a material body, but a subtle body. Mm. So, yes. And then it's a heavy, the last one is a heavy one.
Cheating tendency.
Cheating tendency. We have this tendency to cheat ourselves and cheat others. This is really a horrible thing, actually. Because, yeah. And we always make this tendency worse by fear, I can say. Fear, we have this fear of dying, because that is a thing, because when we identify with the body, we become fearful. What is this verse? Abhinivesha. It's a famous word, Prabhupada. When you read Prabhupada's purpose, it jumps up all the time. I think it starts with up in the ears. No. Anyway, what should we do? Dvitiya. Yeah, the problem in the material world is we are born in the material world in illusion. This illusion is caused by Ichcha Dvesha. In the material world is duality. We like someone, and then 1 year later we may not like him anymore. So this is always Ichcha Dvesha Samutena Dvandva Moha. It's duality. Ichcha Dvesha Samutena Dvandva Mohena Bharata. This I like this verse. It depends very much. Let's say, where is it? In 12.
7:27.
Yeah, 7, yeah. Good, thank you. Ichcharvesa samutena dvandva mohena bharata sarva bhutana samuha sargayanti parantapa. O conqueror of the fool, Arjuna, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities, arisen from desire and hate. So we are born. We are not, before they used to say that we are tabula rasa, or there was some philosophy in some years back, meaning that they thought everyone is born like a blank slate. We don't come with anything, and we can just move. They could just kind of create a person, but everyone can see, I can see even my cat. He's a personality. He's a person somehow or another. He likes to do some things, and he doesn't like some other things. So it's a person. He has desires, and each of us also a cat has. So everyone has. So this is the problem. So then we want to, in the material world, we want to fulfill our desires, isn't it? And we think we're going to be happy, isn't it? And there is some happiness, but what is the problem with this happiness?
It's temporary.
Pardon?
It's temporary.
Yeah, temporary, short-lived, yes. And also, it comes with a reaction. We are allowed actually to have some, to a certain degree, because his body has needs, and we are supposed to, or we are allowed to satisfy our basic needs to a certain degree. But when we use our intelligence, human intelligence, we misuse our intelligence to extract more enjoyment than we actually need. Do we need to sleep in a water bed? Is that a basic need? No, we don't need. We can need as much needs. But to get this water bed, you have to work very much. So how can one become desireless? It's kind of quite impossible, isn't it? It was explained in this verse. This verse comes, actually, we have to go back a little. In the first chapter of Bhagwad Gita, what is happening? It's before this big war is going to start. So there is 2 or 3 main characters in the first chapter. Who are they? Dhritarashtra is one, yes?
Sanjaya.
Okay, minor, yeah.
Minor.
Arjuna, Dhritarashtra, Arjuna, and more?
Krishna.
Of course, Krishna. But there is Duryodhana, yes. So we have Dhritarashtra. What is he? He's a very attached person. He's what you call very, if it's so, no, he's lamenting, he's very, I don't find the word now, but he's very,
I know, basically in Hindi it is a word like mohan, the blind in the.
yeah, it's,
What we call like mohan.
yeah,
Attachment.
he's blind. He's both materially blind and also spiritually blind because he's very attached. He feels sorry for himself. He's cursing the destiny, one can say. I don't find the right word, but I can describe it. Because he felt it was unjust, because he was the first born, so the kingdom was supposed to go to him, but as he was blind, he could not take, he was not allowed.
It's resentful.
Resentful, very resentful, yes. So this is danger in the material world when we become resentful and then we become hateful and destructive to ourselves. So whatever, it's easy to fall into something like that. Resentful and lamentation. Yes, lamentation. So we have this Dhritarashtra, and the opposite is Arjuna. And every one of us is somewhere on this scale, so to say. Since everyone is here, you come to this place, so I consider you somewhat pious people, because Krishna explains in Bhagwad Gita, there is 4 kinds of person. And today, actually, I would like that maybe if we have time, I think we are late today also, but I wanted that we should learn this verse. But it's Chaturvida Bhajantaman, Jana Sukritino, Arto Yigasu Artati, Yamisha, Bharatashima. Obvious among Bharatas, 4 kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me. The distress, those are suffering. When you are suffering, if you are pious, you turn to Krishna or God. And if you want money, you pray to God. Everyone goes to the church or mosque or temple or synagogue. Most people go to pray. As desire of wealth. And then inquisitive person, you want to understand something. And the jnani, he is a learning person, he's 4 kinds. So I consider all of you pious person because you come up. So I don't know your reason why you come, but Krishna says. So we are on this spectrum. And beside Dhritarashtra, we have our Duryodhana, who is the epitome of what you say, greed. And on this side we have Arjuna. Arjuna is actually a very pious person, but he's temporarily put in illusion. So he's more like he is playing as we are, attached persons, and he tries to solve his problem, but he could not. He becomes despondent or despair. This can happen to everyone at one point in time in your life. You become despondent or despair. In Swedish we say förtvivlad. Means you lose hope, you lose faith, you bewilder. Like Arjuna is completely bewildered. In the beginning, he tries to solve his own problem by his intelligence, so to say. But he gradually understands he cannot solve his problems. What does he do? Then he says to Krishna, "Oh, I don't know what is my duty because of miserly. Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and the soul surrendered unto you." So when we have some problem, we try to solve it ourselves. But we should not be so stubborn. We should also understand when what to do when we don't know what to do. What does that mean? We should know what to do when we don't know what to do. I've said it before, but I like it very much. What does it mean?
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
You couldn't. One should know what to do when one don't know what to do. No, you know. If you don't know what to do, what do you do?
Right.
Yeah, you ask someone, you pray. Not pray, you ask someone, isn't it? Yeah, because it's a little difficult to go and ask someone, isn't it? Because this verse today was talking about something. What was talking about? In this report. My mind goes all over the place, I'm sorry.
The word of desires and proprietorship. The word of desires and proprietorship.
And something more. Nirahanta.
Nemo.
So to ask someone for, it's difficult. We want to be independent and fix everything ourselves, isn't it? Or I think it's right. So, but yeah, so in the end, Arjuna is asking, please help me. And then his education or teaching, Krishna tells, the first thing Krishna tells Arjuna, what is that?
You are behaving like a. What is that?
Coward.
You are behaving as if you are learned,
Yes.
but actually acting like a fool.
You are full. Yeah, so it's in this relationship between the guru and disciple, there can be some cutting words. So first Krishna tells Arjuna, okay, you are a fool. And then he says, Krishna says Arjuna, that time has not existed when you and I and all these persons didn't exist, and never in the future shall any one of us cease to be. And then he says, okay, you can say 2:13. How does it start? Dehinusmin yathari, komaram yoganam jaram, tatavyantara prati, dhirastatrat namoyati. So what does it mean? As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into a new body at the time of death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. So we talked about we generally identify with the body, but the I, when we say I, it's not the body, it's the soul. Because you say I about you, I say I about me, and you say I about you. But this body is always changing. But I is the same. The person who experienced the changing in the body. It's the same thing. It's the same person. You are the same. Your thinking or your willing or your emotions, everything is changing. But you or observe the emotions or the thinking, it's the same. And then at the time of death, the more we are identified with the soul, okay, thank you. The more we identify with the soul, the less, the more, the less. Anyway, in this verse, we were talking about the self-realized person in 271. So he had no desires and he was free from all uh, proprietorship and false ego. So this is a person who is completely self-realized. He has no, so what does it mean? How does he get his satisfaction or his happiness from?
Devotion.
Devotion, yes.
From within one.
From Brahman. Like this. So when we connect with Brahman or God or Krishna, then we take part of Krishna's qualities, which is filled of is eternal, filled with knowledge and happiness. Mam shayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevati sagunan samati jatan brahma bhuyaya kalpati. When we engage in devotional service, when we engage in devotional service, one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the moods of material nature, and thus comes to the level of Brahman, which is happiness. So here it says, one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances. So are we on that platform now? But we can also experience this transcendental glimpse of it, isn't it? When we're chanting, when we have Harinam, or when we are chanting Hare Krishna, or when we do devotional service, then we can have a glimpse, we can have a short moment of some happiness from that, from this experience. And in this age of Kali Yuga, so the main, let's say it like this. So Arjuna, we read that Arjuna what's wrong? I should have prepared it. In the purport, Arjuna did not want to fight for his own sense satisfaction, but when he became fully Krishna conscious, he fought because Krishna wanted him to fight. For himself, there was no desire to fight, but for Krishna, the same Arjuna fought to his best ability. I want to say something about, we are not on his platform, Arjuna's platform. He's fully Krishna conscious. And then he wanted to fight for Krishna. So what is Krishna's mission in this material world? Why did he come? Yeah, you know the verse. Yes. So explain, you can please explain. Loud for everyone here.
So, first of all, for the well-being of the devotees. Then, secondly, to destroy the miscreants.
Yeah.
And to establish dharma.
Yes. Yes. So when we take part in Krishna consciousness, what do we do? Even if we are not on Arjuna's platform. We are also trying, Krishna gives us opportunity to also engage in Krishna's service in order to establish Dharma in this material world. Every one of you can help to establish Dharma in this material world by, according to your ability, your degree of advancement. Everyone can do in your ordinary life. You can try to follow the principles of Dharma. You can follow. There is 4 things one should try to do. There is four, because in this Kali Yuga, the bull of religion is standing just on one leg. Which leg is that?
Dan.
No, there is four principles. Truth, yes. And the other legs are tapasya, mercy, and renunciation. No, ahimsa, or mercy. These are four legs. In Satya Yoga, the religion is standing on these four legs. Now in Kali Yuga, there is just a glimpse of people want to know the truth. But we don't live merciful because we kill all the animals, the cows. And we don't do so much renunciation or tapasya. And we are, what else? No, I think I missed something here. Cleanliness, yes. Yeah. But in this idea, so we should try to follow as much as we can, especially truthfulness. Because people want to, they're searching for truth. Yeah. So by engaging in Krishna consciousness, we will also, because we want to be a part, we want to contribute, isn't it? Or you want to live by yourself? No, all we want to be as social beings. We want to live in the society. We want to live in a connection with others, and as a Christian devotee, we, of course, out there is a fight. So there is opposition also. So it's a fight like Arjuna. He was fighting. For us, it's also, we also have our Kurukshetra, isn't it? We have to inner Kurukshetra, but also out there we have to establish our borders, so to say, what we like or not like, and push people if they encroach on your space, so to say. So it's a fight. You have to tell people, even if one has to tell people or someone when they encroach on you, isn't it? And don't be shy, not in an aggressive way, but in a fun way. So it's definitely life is a struggle. But so Krishna, I want to say something else, because I noticed in the verses before, I don't know how long did I offer.
They are not ready, I think. They keep him warm, I ask.
Yeah.
Continue.
So that is, we were reading two verses before, in 64 and 65. And in these verses, it was mentioned prasada. But the person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. For one thus satisfied in Krishna consciousness, the threefold miseries of material existence exist no longer. In such satisfied consciousness, one's intelligence is soon well established. So in these two verses, Krishna uses the word prasada, which means Krishna's mercy. But in this verse, in 64, it says, but the person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. So in order to have this complete mercy, there is two things. It's also we are dependent on, and I want, because I happen to read one of Queen Kunti's prayers. think it's 8th chapter or something. I don't remember which verse it was. I want to read that because he is talking how we can live in this material world. Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. It's because Krishna is about to leave. Are you leaving us today? Though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us, now when all kings are at enmity with us. In the purple Prabhupada explains, the Pandavas are most fortunate because with all good luck, they were entirely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. In the material world, to be dependent on the mercy of someone else is the utmost sign of misfortune. But in the case of our transcendental relation with the Lord, it is the most fortunate case where we can live completely dependent on Him. The material disease is due to thinking of becoming independent of everything. But the cruel material nature does not allow us to become independent. The false attempt to become independent of the stringent laws of nature is known as material advancement of experimental knowledge, or you can say the science. The whole material world is moving on this false attempt of becoming independent of the laws of nature, beginning from Ravana, who wanted to prepare a direct staircase to the planets of heaven, down to the present age. They are trying to overcome the laws of nature. They are trying now to approach distant planetary systems by electronic mechanical power. But the highest goal of human civilization is to work hard under the guidance of the Lord and become completely dependent on Him. The highest achievement of perfect civilization is to work with valor, but at the same time depend completely on the Lord. The Pandavas were the ideal executors of this standard of a civilization. Undoubtedly, they were completely dependent on the goodwill of Lord Sri Krishna, but they were not idle parasites of the Lord. They were all highly qualified, both by personal character and by physical activities. Still, they were always looked for the mercy of the Lord, because they knew that every living being is dependent by constitution position. The perfection of life is therefore to become dependent on the will of the Lord instead of becoming forcefully independent in the material world. By the deluding power of the external material nature, we forget that the material condition of life is the most undesirable perplexity. The Bhagwad Gita therefore directs us that after many births, one fortunate person becomes aware of the fact that Vasudeva is all in all, and that the best way of leading one's life is to surrender unto Him completely. So, there is two things. Krishna's mercy, and we have to endeavor also. Like Prabhupada explained in the verse we was reading about Arjuna, he was fighting with Arjuna fought to his best ability. So we should try our best ability and also be dependent on Krishna or God. So I think I stop here. Some questions, please.
Krishna, thank you for a very nice lecture. I have a question related to, like you mentioned about that class being very resentful and very much like thoughtful inside. And we see that this kind of people also there in the material world, in work or around you, who are so much resentful, and by being so resentful, first of all, they harm themselves, but they also harm people around them. How to deal with this kind of people?
Yes. Well, yeah, there is a lot to say about that. I don't know what to avoid them.
If they are in your team, you can
Well, the thing is, they are also persons. They are also unhappy. And there's some, you don't know what happened to them. The only thing you can be nice if you have this kshama or tolerance. And when you don't have the tolerance, don't lash out. Learn from that to control yourself. So in all situations, if you think about Krishna, what would Krishna do, or why is Krishna put me in this situation? How can I learn something from this? Because every day should be something that we think about Krishna, not that we come here on Saturday and sing our Krishna and then we go back to the ordinary life. Even in our daily life, we should somehow connect. I started doing that nowadays in the evening or after, or it can happen during the day. Something happens, and I was thinking it was some arrangement, and in January something happened, and it was not under my control, and that Krishna is everywhere in every atom. He is all around us. We don't see him, but we can see signs, and then we can feel his presence. And Arjuna is asking also in the 10th chapter, I think it's 10th chapter. So he's asking, how can I know you? How can I? It's after this. Where is that? Yeah, he's asking. Yeah, now I found it. I think. He's asking at 10:30, O Supreme, O Krishna, how shall I constantly think of you, and how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of God? And then Krishna explaining he's in different persons, like, I don't know. And also in the seventh chapter, he's telling Arjuna, like, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in the ether and the ability in man. I am the original fragrance of the earth. So when I'm digging in the earth, sometimes I'm thinking, I want to smell the earth, and then I can think about Krishna. When you drink water, Prabhupada said, you can try to understand how Krishna is the taste of water. This is allowed to think about it. So everywhere, every day, it's more easy if one chant in the morning, and then you can think about something issue, if you read something, and then you can think about it, because consciousness is, it used to be people who to be a yogi, you went away from society, you went into the forest or in Himalayas. But that's what was Arjuna wanted to do. But that was not what Krishna wanted. We had to be in the world and act in the world, but gradually change or purify our existence by following our own nature and try to become a little renounced. But always this greed, I want more and more and more.
And maybe it is not that person's behavior is very necessarily bothering, but maybe it's our prarabdha, karma.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that actually reflecting on someone's behavior and then that we have to.
The only thing we control is eventually control our own thinking, our own actions. We cannot control them. So if I can, I always lashed out, become angry about, but I didn't learn anything. It was just useless for many years. It's there was this, yeah. It's not so much about, they said it's not so much about what happens to you, but how you react to it. And if you cannot handle someone, then you go away. It's impossible to change someone else. But eventually, if you make good advancement, like Prabhupada, we cannot compare, but it's like, so just he landed on some airport, and there was a cleaning lady. She just started crying, just seeing Prabhupada. He had this Shakti or this emanating this. And people who came in contact with him, and I felt similar thing. Come in contact with some devotees with advanced study. Okay. Something else?
I have one question.
Okay.
If we have 4 defects, it sounds very terrible. How we can live in this world, how we can go through all this, what we need to do, because Krishna consciousness, I don't know, did it give us the perfect senses? Anyway, we cannot see through the walls and hear enough.
I think in one way it's depend on it's it depends. It can yeah. What the scientist tries to do, they try to make the senses more perfect. Because why do they do that? Because they want, what is in the heart of every living entity? We want to enjoy, yes. Unless we understand that enjoyment is not happiness. What is happiness? Actually happiness is, when you do something for someone else, we can feel some. Why are parents working for their children? They get something. They do. It's not unselfish, but it's they are a mother and father. Even if the child goes to jail, the mother goes there. This is my son. This when that is and the perfect. I remember long time before Krishna consciousness, I could understand intellectually that to be unselfish, or this word that I always forget about when you are unselfish. There is a word starts with altruistic, yes. I understood even in altruism there is some egoism. You understand? Or you agree? Because you want to feel good.
Yeah.
Or the big people give you a lot of money, 1 million for some useless thing, actually, some research of vaccine or something, but it's horrible stuff. Maybe. But they feel when you do something, there is it's some higher enjoyment than from just taking something. There is enjoyment in giving. So then it's so when we have these faults, it can make us also a little humble. and realize that I am not perfect, but I think it's a good it's mercy from Krishna. I mean, if someone is perfect, would you like to? It depends on what you mean by perfect, of course, but I think it's because human life is it's an ultimate. I remember a long time ago, also in the 70s, I had this idea. I had a desire that, yes, it was like this. I had a desire that when I die, I didn't want to feel that I had lived a useless life. I wanted to have something that there was some meaning with my life, not just running around and putting stuff in every hole one has, this sense enjoyment. But I didn't want to become perfect or some perfect. I just wanted to know that I was on the way. So there was a Swedish troubadour. He made a song, the Vägen räcker som mål. It's enough to be on the road to the goal, so to say, something. So I think the human form of life is meant for progress, and it's personal progress. You should not compare to someone else. You can get inspiration, but you should not. There's something anukarana or anusarana. It's imitation and following in the footsteps. We can follow some guru or some gives instructions, but we should not try to, what was the word I used? Anyway, so the human, as I see now, is trying to become perfect. Yes, it's the best to be, every one of you has come here, you know about Krishna consciousness. Now you have to execute it. There is no shortcuts. It's hard work, like hard, meaning there will be opposition, there will be bad days and good days. But my experience is generally that even now I feel I make some progress in life. Isn't it? And I'm being happy with that. I feel blessed in one way that we have found this way, this process. So it's a process. Generally, we are in the mode of passion, so we want quick results. that is made from. I don't know if I answered your question.
I have this question. So how is the fourth limb that we discussed about truth? The fourth limb about the truth. How do we understand how? I mean,
the fourth one is truthfulness,
cleanliness, austerity,
and the merciful.
So these three are not there.
That's what they say. I mean, in Srimad Bhagavatam,
Yes.
Parishit finds is standing on one leg.
Yes. So the fourth one is truthfulness.
The last one.
Last one, that is present.
Yes.
So how do we understand that truthful is still there? Because we see all over it's not so truthful. I mean,
No, that is, you can see people want to know the truth. If you go on internet, there's alternative, all kinds of, they're looking for the truth. But no one is, the cleanliness and mercy, there's not so much mercy, and austerity, people don't want to take austerity, you know. Meaning, tapasya, meaning go into the ashram, go up at 4 o'clock in the morning, have a morning program for 4 hours, then doing unselfish work the whole day. In the evening, have a Bhagwad Gita class, and some and go to bed at night. No, I think people do also austerity. For instance, some people work very much, or a sports person, they torture themselves like anything. But everything for some sense gratification, immediate result. Actually, they make, yeah. So if I can postpone the enjoyment, and then you will become more happy. You asked something, what was it? Yeah, these
It was
three.
the truth.
No, I think they are there. People do austerity, mercy, people wants to be kind. I have this, who was there at Harish place, she's Vasudhaiva. She is into this animal welfare society. She goes out and preaches about, she cannot, she's vegan, she likes animals. She has always done that. She has always been like that. So there's all kinds of different people, but I think what is presented to us, but if you look, so you will find people interested in yoga. Of course, it's always sense gratification, but people are striving. I think there is two movements nowadays. People want to become more pure, and other people they want to go down. Okay. Are you satisfied? Are you happy or are you more bewildered? Or you want to say something?
About we're living in Kali Yoga now, and it's supposed to be more regulated more and more, Kali Yoga.
I'm not sure, but maybe.
No? Okay, yeah, that's what I heard, but, and then how is, because Krishna...
No, Chaitanya came now and 500% and gave up this Sankirtan movement.
Okay.
And I think that one can see results of that. People are chanting Hare Krishna for 50 years or what else. Many people, I mean, this Raghunath was here and played, and I met some of these people. I asked them, are you straight edge? Yeah, they have been straight edge some 30 years when they were here 30 years ago. And they were nice people. Of course, if you look out in the world, of course it can be. But, no, this is perfection. Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam. Kalam nastyeva, 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 nastyeva gatir anyata. In this age of Kali, there is no other religion than glorifying the Lord by utterance of His holy name. That is the injunction of all revealed scriptures. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. And this was my favorite verse. This is Kali Dosha Hekuma Guna Kirtana Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramrajet. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is an ocean of faults. Eko Mahagunam, one good quality. Kirtana Eva Krishnasya, Mukta Sangha Parambraja. You can reach the highest perfection by chanting the holy name of God. So that's the injunction in all scriptures, in Muslim, in the, what is called Quran. They have 99 names of God, they chanting. In the Bible, it's once you chant, glorify the name of God. And the Buddhists also singing different names, or Amitabha, some names of Buddha. So this is a general reason. So, I think there is also always hope, or even if there is, even if it's Satya Yoga. There was Ravana, wasn't it Satya Yoga? You want to meet Ravana? Oh, so Kali Yoga is a good, because it's the process is very simple. You don't need to study all the Vedanta Sutra. You can just chant Hare Krishna and read a little Bhagwad Gita. It's the essence of all the scriptures. So, it's, so, yeah, what should we do? Some more question or arguments? Yes?
Prabhuji, you spoke about the meaning in life that you were searching in your early
Yes.
years. So, I mean, it's a personal question, but when you wake up in the morning every day, what is your motivation for the day? Because as far as I'm concerned, I feel sometimes demotivated.
Demotivated?
Yeah, on some days, I feel. I mean, so what's your motivation at your age?
Yes, my motivation. Actually, I'm quite, my motivation is to come here. And so when they ask me to give class, I say yes. When they ask me to come and help, I say yes. Because I'm not so much preaching, so it's sometimes I go, and generally when you get old, you look back on your life and you see all the mistakes and all the things, you can become a little not despondent. I don't get despondent, but you feel sorry for those people you hurt. Generally you hurt the most the people that are close to you. It's very hard. This material world is horrible. And the other day I went to some place to get some horse time for my garden, and I met an 87-year-old lady, and she was talking and talking, and she was quite funny. And but she was just going on. Of course, she was, of course, one can also feel some desperation. I felt also sorry. She was living kind of alone. I asked her, you don't get any help or something, so it was not so much. But yeah, that's my motivation. Now, sometimes I get motivated. Yeah, what I do when I don't get motivated, I open one book. I just take someone and I read. And there is something. It's never failed me. That's why you should have Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagwad Gita. Everyone should have. But you are going to be this, what did you say, demotivated, unmotivated, I think it's called. Demotivated. That is, I want to make you demotivated. It's an outer force. And Mataji, today she was, my message is you can every day try to do something. What did she write today? Anyway, that one could, yeah. And one thing is, because we studied this also selective instruction, so it says, vad tror vägen man så tror det vägen. That this pushing, so we have this pushing, we want to talk, and the mind wants to do things, and the pushings of the anger, and the tongue, and the belly, and the genitals is pushings. And then one pushing is to talk. And I've noticed I talk a lot when I meet something, and then afterwards I would, why did I talk so much? But then they asked me to come here, so that the remedy for these things is to talk about Krishna, or Krishna consciousness. So I got, when they called me, tell me to come, I'm thinking, yeah, so I feel happy because then I can talk. You want to say something?
No, it was about mercy and tenderness. And when you try all these things to be tenderness and try to be nice to colleagues and time and sometimes it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
No. So when
You
start,
cannot do, we are very limited.
yes. So when you start to think, can I do with Krishna?
Can
I do my hours at work for Krishna? Can I inspire to Krishna consciousness and the Vaishnava etiquette? Can I inspire in the lunch?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. But then
If you feel happy in your situation, in your work,
yeah.
you can think, Krishna put me here, and now I will do my best. And when you go,
When you feel unhappy, when you have this problem, when you have this colleague, and you find no.
that's part of life. It's
Yeah.
not.
But the solution is to have an inspiring lunch box for the lunch. So when everybody is looking, oh, you have bright colors, and I said, yes, I'm a vegetarian. And then it feels much easier. Then the day feels meaningful and inspiring. So
But I guess something good something good happens every day.
But when you start to feel unmotivated, when you start to feel quarreling, it's because you lose your focus.
No, I think also that's one aspect also, but yeah, I think we have to stop. So we can talk about it later. I can talk with you about it later. Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj.
His grace Hari Prabhu ki
Jai. Thank you.
Oh, I'm happy about you.
Okay, now we will have Gaurarati. So please give out the text. Okay, I will move this. Someone has to fix the camera. Гармония. Миша продусить. Ну, вы можете не его прямо. Так, что тут с камерой делаем? Что тут на компьютере, наверное. Ну, вот так вот делаем. Вот так. Ну, наверное.
Jaya Nitai Sundara Gaura Hari Jaya Nitai Sundara Gaura Hari Jaya Nitai Sundara Gaura Hari Jaya Nitai Sundara Gaura
Murari. Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Kaso Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Kaso Janarita Kavane Jagamanavoga Janaritatavani Jagatmanaloga Janaritatavani Jagamanavoga Janaritatavani Jagamanadoga Daki Nenitasha Mamegadadhar Daki Nenitasha Mamegadadhar Nikate Advaita Vasa Chandradhara Nikate Advaitasi Vasa Chandradhara Moji Yachagoracham Ratna Simhasan Moji Yachagoracham Amarati Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Amarati Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Narahari Adi Kori Kamaradhulai Narahari Adi Kori Kamaradhulai Sanjaya Mukunda Vasi Gosharidaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasi Gosharidaya Janta Bhadra Janta Bhadra Bhadra Karata Madhura Vidanga Bhadra Paramarasava Madhura Vidanga Bhadra Paramarasaya Sanka Bhadra Janta Bhadra 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 Madhur 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 Bhadra Madhur 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 Bhadra Sanka Bhadra Janta 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 Bhadra Madhur 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 Bhadra Hari Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo
Bahu Koti Chandra Vadana Koti Vadana Davadeshe Vanama Kore Javama Davadeshe Vanama Kore Javama Shiva Sukana Radha Jene Gada Gada Shiva Sukana Radha Jene Gada Gada Bhagati Vinoda Devi Gora Ratampada Bhagati Vinoda Devi Gora Ratampada Shiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Harati Kaso Shiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Harati Kaso Jana Visatamani Jaga Manavoma Jana Visatamani Jaga Manavoma Gaurangera Rodi Shobha Jaga Janamana Gaurangera Rodi Shobha Jaga Janamana Gaurangera Rodi Shobha Jaga Janamana Gaurangera Rodi Shobha Jaya Nitai Sundara Gaura Hari 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 Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Dhanine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Dhanine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Tunyavadi Astatyare Satarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare